In this video, I'm going to take you through a Brookbot digital planner. And for this particular example, I'm going to show you one that is a weekly plus daily planner. And it's going to have the Bujo Boba layout for the weekly pages and the Bujo Banana layout for the daily pages. But just so you know, there are actually 6 different options to choose for your weekly pages, and then there are 4 different options to choose for your daily pages. But all of the links and all the planners essentially work the same, so you'll get the idea from this video how your links work. First, in the navigation bar at the bottom, the first button goes to the cover page. And actually, there is a link here that will take you directly to the website. If you have any troubles or have any questions and need to contact me, it'll take you there. And then the next page is going to be the yearly layout. And at the top of this page, there's actually a secondary navigation bar, which if you like, you can also swipe through these pages. But if you're like me and you like to move pages around in your planner, you might find it pretty convenient to use these buttons in the navigation bar if you're not able to swipe through them. And on the yearly page, there is a miniature calendar for each individual month, and it has the number of the month, the abbreviation of the month, and the year, and then it has the month in script. And if you click on this, it will take you to the monthly calendar for that particular month. And if you click on any of these dates, if you have the weekly calendar, then you click on anywhere on the date and it'll take you to the weekly page. And if you have a daily calendar, it'll take you anywhere. It'll take you to the daily page. But if you have a weekly plus daily, then each one of these links is split into left and right. So the left will take you to weekly and the right will take you to daily. And that works the same way for all the calendars on this page. Also, this year we have some extra dots in here. For example, if you ever want to maybe cross out a day, it's really easy to get precise placement and draw a perfect diagonal line, perhaps from corner to corner, or it helps you line things up really perfectly with stickers. So that's just a little something extra this year. And then on the next page, we have the future log for 2023, so the following year. So there aren't any links on this page, except for, of course, in the navigation bar on the bottom and the navigation bar on the top. But these links here on this page are not dated because this planner covers the year 2022 and not 2023. Then you have the next year, you also have a 2024 future log. If you like to plan way into the future, this just gives you a place to perhaps write little notes on events that may be occurring in your life. So you have a place to keep track of them when you don't have a planner that currently covers that year. So let's just go ahead and tap on the month of January. Whoops, I tried to tap on the future log. That was dumb. Okay, here's the calendar for January. And this year, I'm going to tell you about some changes. Let's just go ahead and start from the top left corner. Here, we have the abbreviation and really bold lettering for this monthly calendar. And let me show you why I did that. If you're ever in the thumbnail view, GoodNotes has really tiny thumbnails, and I find it easier to see very large, bold text. So if you are scrolling through your thumbnails, you can kind of see a little bit better what month you're going to be clicking on from the thumbnail view. So that's why that's different. Then we have the tiny calendar in the top left corner that covers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks. And if you have a weekly calendar, then all of these links are going to lead you to the weekly pages. And if you have a daily calendar, then all of these links are going to lead you to the daily pages. Under that, we have this is new this year, we have 3 trackers per month. So I really am excited about using trackers this year. If you'll notice too, in the bottom navigation bar, whenever you're on the current month, it turns into a little button slider. If you just tap on it, it takes you to the first tracker relevant to that month. So we have the same type of deal up here at the top. You have the navigation bar that will lead you to all 3 of the trackers, they're all identical. It's just 3 different pages in which you can track your habits, your bills, your different projects that you have, and they're very versatile. You can use them for anything that you want. And of course, these links up here are going to work the same way. If you have a weekly plus daily, the left leads to the weekly page and the right link leads to the daily page. This also leads back to the monthly calendar. You can also access the trackers from here on the monthly calendar. Or my favorite thing to do, I'm going to show you this. So anywhere you're at in the planner, let's just say you're on a weekly page, for instance, and I want to go to the January tracker. Watch right here in the bottom left corner when I tap. I'm going to tap on the January button in the navigation bar twice, and it's going to take me to the first tracker for January. Boop, boop. There you go. So that's the quickest way to get to your first tracker, and then subsequently you can just swipe to get to your additional 2 trackers behind that tracker for any month. So you can do that for February, March, and so on throughout every month. They all work the same. Let's go back to January. And this year too, I forgot to mention, you can choose a Monday through Sunday layout or a Sunday through Saturday layout, depending on whatever one you want. And you can also have different weekly options as well, and we'll get to that here in just a minute. So another new thing is that the dates that are not really relevant to this month, so like the dates for the previous month are a little bit kind of shaded at the beginning and the end of the month. If you can see the difference between the 2 boxes, it's very subtle, but that just kind of helps you differentiate between what is this month and then what is the previous month and what's the next month. But you still get those there so you can kind of keep track of where you're at in days and what's coming next. If you are zoomed in, so that's the cool thing about digital planners is you can zoom in. And I have found that when I'm zoomed in working in a particular area, I kind of get lost sometimes. So I added January and Monday. So I added the month and the day on each side of the date. So that way you don't have to, if you're working between multiple months and you're zooming in a lot, you don't always have to zoom out and zoom in to see where you're at within the calendar or see what day you're on. So that helps you out with that. And then additionally, there is a new, what I'm calling the dash dot grid. And so that just has dots and dashes to add even more precision to your placement of elements and writing and so on. Then in the top 2, this is new, we have left and right buttons that will take you and will help you, especially if you move your pages around, this will help you navigate very quickly between the months, and it just scrolls through all. If you just keep your Apple Pencil right there in the same spot, you can tap through all the months and it'll take you back to the beginning once you're at the end. And you can go back through all the months too with these buttons. And I think that's about it for the monthly pages. Let's go ahead and check out a weekly page. Of course, you're going to have 6 different options to choose from for the weekly pages, and I'm going to go over those in a different video. So make sure to check that one out if you're interested in seeing the different layouts. So if you have a weekly plus daily planner or a weekly planner, then all of these links are going to lead to other weekly pages. You have a little highlighter here down at the bottom, in the middle, which highlights the current week. And you have a sidebar divided into a few different sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections. This calendar too, you should know, is a rolling calendar. So it doesn't necessarily show the entire month for whatever's relevant. It shows 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after the current week. And of course, if you have a weekly plus daily calendar, then all of these links here up at the top are going to lead to daily pages. And if you have a weekly, you won't have links up here because you won't have daily pages for them to link to. You can also tap here to get back to the monthly calendar up here at the top, as well as tapping on the month button in the navigation bar. All right, so let's go to a daily page. We'll just go to January 3rd. And here up at the top, we have the month. Then you have the week prior to the date you're currently looking at. And then you have the week after the current date. And then you have the day, the current day in script in the top right corner. And one really neat thing about daily pages, I really like doing this, especially if you have events that occur, or if you copy and paste elements from week to week. Something really cool you can do with the daily pages is you can either tap the Monday in the following week and you can go to the next Monday. So you can go to every Monday in the planner by doing this, just continuously tapping in that same spot. And then you can go to every previous Monday, or you can do that with any of these. So if you if you wanted to go to every other day, then you would just tap and it would go by 2s. If you wanted to go to every third day, you could tap on the third day after this date and it would go by 3s, and so on. So this is just going by 7s anytime you tap on the last date. So that's something I use a lot, and I really like to do that when I'm copying from the previous. Let's say I'm here on a Saturday and I want to go to the previous Saturday to get what I was doing on the previous Saturday and just copy it over to this page. I could simply tap there and then tap right back to go back to that page. Pretty cool, huh? And of course, you can tap on the year to go back to the yearly calendar. You can tap on the month to go back to the monthly page. You can tap on the month over here to go back to the monthly page. And you can tap on the day to go back to the weekly page. So there are tons of things that you may not realize that are tappable, but in fact they are. And that's all just to help you find whatever's easiest for you. There are usually multiple ways to get to where you need to go within the planner because there are all different kinds of links. So you find whatever works for you, make that a habit, and then hopefully you'll be flying through your planner with all of these built-in links. Next up, we're going to cover and of course, sorry I didn't mention this, you just tap the number and it'll take you back to the weekly page. So you can tap back and forth between the daily and weekly pages this way. Then we have storage sections, and this is where you can store behind any of these storage sections any of the digipapers that are in the digipaper index. So you would just copy one of these papers. Let's say we took this one. You would just copy this page and then you could paste it behind the storage section page, and you can keep lots of different categorized notes. So there is section A, B, C, and D. So if you receive for instance, a calendar in an email from a certain organization that you're a part of, you can just store those directly in a storage section and keep all of that stuff separated out. It's just some extra space for you to organize things. And those are also located, these big giant links are located on the DigiPaper index. So the way I got to that was by tapping this button in the navigation bar. And you can keep a description of whatever you have behind each of these tabs on this page. And if you tap at the top of any section, storage section, it'll take you back to this index. So you can kind of keep track of where all the different things are. You have pages, so the storage sections are kind of meant to stay in place. And the bookmark dividers are actually meant to move around in your planner to the pages that you use the most often. So they are represented in the navigation bar by, there are 2 flag bookmark dividers, 2 stars, and then 1 very special heart. And typically what I do is I keep what I call sort of a dashboard. It's like a master list of all of my tasks, and it's just loaded with all kinds of tasks on this page, and I place it right before my weekly page. So anytime I tap on that heart button, I know that page is going to be located directly before my weekly page. But you can choose to use these bookmarks however you'd like to, and you can move them all around your planner however you see fit. I think that pretty much covers it. You can find a sample catalog on the website that you can download for free and check out all the different weekly layouts and daily layouts. And also go ahead and check out the other videos that I'm going to make for this year's planner, where I'll go over all the daily layouts and weekly layouts so you can get to see them in more detail, each of your options. Enjoy! Hello everyone, I'm Brooke, and I make digital planners and notebooks. You can find my online shop at brookebot.com. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a big ol' thumbs up by tapping that like button, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can bring you more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.